Caltek Private Limited, founded in 2003, is an accredited laboratory providing metrology services in testing and calibration of instruments for various industries. Today, the company has expanded its services to Malaysia and Indonesia.
My name is Sivaraman, son of SIBL Caltek11. My company name is Caltek Private Limited, and currently I am the managing director and the founder of this company. I grew up in a kampong environment in the 1970s. I'm the youngest in my family, and I have two brothers and two sisters. Stayed in a place where this house to be full of rats and raining and water seeping through the roof. This is how I grew up. A lot of challenges. In the early days, already my father got us involved, all the siblings involved in the business. My father was involved in selling Singapore sweep, and he made me do that, during the period where the last phase where the tickets has to be, the lottery ticket dates. He will in fact literally make me go house to house and do all that, So I was inspired by him in many ways, in the way that he was very old, he was still wanted to do this and wanted to support himself rather than be a burden to the family. So I told myself that upon finishing my education, I want to do something, on my own. So I finished my education in Singapore Polytechnic. And by the time my father was very old, I knew that I couldn't continue because I do not want him to support me. So I decided to start working and see what I can do from the work that I do. Since I was in the engineering business, I decided to do something that was related to it. But because I was a good salesperson, because my father made me like a good salesperson, he made me do selling tickets and from house to house. So I realized that I had this talent, so I thought that I should do sales. So I started off with sales in a very first company selling paging system. They call it paging system those days. And then after that I started doing engineering calibration business, and that made me start this current business that I am. I felt that when I was working for someone, I was not really inspired. I knew that I could do better. So the only way that I can reach financial freedom and success was to do something on my own. But I had to do something that is possible for me. So calibration that I'm doing now was handy because it's a service-oriented business and a lot of investment was not required to start this business. So I knew that this was the only business I could do. If I don't do it, I will not be able to do any business. I was an athlete from young, so it made the difference in my life because when I was in the national service, I was also an athlete representing in various sports, from boxing to athletics, and I was able to perform better than most people. So I realized that because being an athlete myself, I knew that it would mean that I had something that others did not have. So it was inspiration, and it was something that I was able to use in reference in my business. When I started my business, I was a salesperson, I was the admin person, I had so many hats. But because I know I was so fit, I was able to do all this and not get tired. I knew that I can go see more people than anybody else because of the way I was. And I've used this all my life till now, and I've maintained the kind of fitness that most people at my age would not be able to do. When I made the mind to do this business, I actually approached my brother, my eldest brother. He was very supportive, because he told me that our dad was an entrepreneur. I did not start a business. Perhaps you probably can do it. You have the opportunity now to do it. I will give you my support. So he was one of the shareholders who helped me through this business. I managed to get 2 more potential investors in this business who are also able to support me in the business, and with them I started this business. The challenges I had to face during that period that I started was, it was during the crisis period. but it also was an opportunity for me because the startup cost was helpful. The rental was much lower than the normal rates, and also the other costs to purchase equipment was much cheaper. So I took it as an opportunity during that time. And also the challenges were to start a company with 2 or 3 employees during that period, where it was very difficult to secure business because companies do not want to deal with people who have only 2 to 3 employees and new startup. So that was the biggest challenge. But I was able to convince my clients, saying that my resume was good enough to convince them, because I was in this business for so long, and they know when I promise and I deliver. So that's how they decided to start business with me. Actually, I did not expect my company to reach this milestone. I see companies in my business 10 years still with 5 to 10 people, but I was able to bring my company in the last 10 years to a strength of 40 just for Caltek. And the other group companies also have another 10 to 15 staff. But for Caltek, I was able to bring it to 40 employees. And for a service company, it's quite a remarkable achievement. And I think I still can do better, and I have plans to expand the office to accommodate for the bigger business that I intend to do. My business, I concentrate a lot on the oil and gas industries. So the major shipyards in Singapore are my clients. And I think competition is also good for me, because with the competition I can go next level. Because if there's no competition, you naturally tend to be a bit more comfortable. And I think competition is really good for me, because if you see your competition going higher, you would like to challenge yourself to reach that level. So I always look at competition as a challenge for me. Okay, how I differentiate myself is that I inspire my employees, I take care of my employees, and my employees will take care of the business. So that's how I challenge myself with my competitors. I enjoy doing business because they will know that they will get something from me, through making them achieve their target. I'm giving them a hope in life. So that makes me happy, because I'm some form of a helping hand for all the employees. So that inspires me to come to work every day and passionate about work, and making this business a better business. At least every employee will have a hope that they can get something. Probably they may not be able to do it themselves, but making them do something through the assistance that I provide. I think if you want to be an entrepreneur, I think you have to be prepared for setbacks, sacrifices. I think you have to increase your failure rates, because as you fail more, you become more successful. Because I always believe that if you happen to break your ankle, then you can just say that everything happened for the good, because I could have broken my own leg, the whole leg, but just the ankle. So if you think that way, you're going to be not pleased, but you're going to be okay to continue your life. Because if you think that this is the end of the world, then you can't move forward. So always something happens. If you get a fine, then I would just say, yeah, I just got a fine. I'm not going to repeat again. I'm going to be better only. So this is something that I always say. Everything happens for a reason and for the good.